Where's Gary? There he is.
Thanks, Mitch. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You can have a seat. The next thing we do, for those of you that are Jewish, you'll know. For those of you who are not Jewish, we're thrilled to have you here. But before the meal, we do a prayer called the Motzi, and I'm not going to lead us in the Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ha'osi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Am I too loud? It sounds like it's echoing here. A couple of weeks ago, Mitch and I were invited to attend an event, and we did it. Los Angeles celebrates Israel. It was a large Christian church. The event was hosted by Robert Stearns. Does anybody know Robert Stearns? He has a group called the Israel Christian Nexus. So what was great about that group is there were over 1,000 Christians there. Every one of them were given an Israeli flag, and they were waving the Israeli flag the entire time, making speeches supporting Israel. They sang Hatikva, the Israeli national anthem, and it was really one of the most overwhelming. I've never seen anything like it. We don't even get that kind of support in our own synagogue. But it was really great. And so the support that we get from the evangelist Christian community is amazing. After the Pittsburgh synagogue shooting, Pastor Rob McCoy, who's here today, thank you, Rob, for being here, and his congregation, they opened up their congregation to us. We had an amazing interfaith vigil. He set the whole thing up. The video is actually on our website. If you'd like to see it, I recommend you doing that. But I'm here to tell you today that for Jews in America, there is no greater friend out there to Jews in Israel than Pastor Rob McCoy and also the evangelist Christian community. So thank you for all your support. So the issues that we face today seem to be growing week by week, right? So now socialism has reared its ugly head again, and we thought Ronald Reagan kind of pushed communism and socialism down, but I think President Trump is here to finish the job. So I've come up with a solution. I want to throw it out to the group on how we could deal with this whole free health care for everyone. I'm thinking the best way that we win that argument is to let the Democrats have what they want. Let's let every Democrat in America get free health care. All you have to do to qualify is to be a Democrat. If you're a registered Republican, you can opt out. Now, since only Democrats will be benefiting from this, someone's going to have to pay for this, right? So I suggest a Democrat tax. I don't think the federal government should bail out this whole free healthcare thing, but every Democrat, they can control the whole thing. They can soak the richest Democrats they want, the poorest, the middle class, Bernie Sanders. Eventually, they're going to run out of Democrat billionaires, and they'll tax the middle class Democrats, and they'll run out of money there. They'll try to tax the poor, but they don't pay any taxes anyway. So what'll probably happen, it'll fall all apart, and they'll all want to register as Republicans to get out of that whole idea. So I just don't think it's sustainable. But there's 150 million Democrats out there, kind of half the country. I think we let them try it, and we have the Democrat tax. It sounds like it's pretty popular in this room. But we're continuing to do our fight. We're fighting across the nation. Mitch is going to speak a little bit about the people who have contacted us in the Republican Party. And we're going to be doing some great things. But in the meantime, we're fighting to control our border. We fight to preserve the lives of the unborn. We fight to preserve great values and the inalienable rights on which this great country was founded: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thank you all for being here today.
So, there's so much to talk about. Had anyone ever heard of Justin Smollett before 3 years ago? I had no idea who this guy was. Anyways, there's no shortage of outrages, is there? Every time we meet, there's something. Who here is new? Who's here for the very first time? We're so happy to have you here. We're so glad. Just so you know, from the day one, actually next month will be 3 years. Day one, our 3 pillars have always been fellowship, you're not alone, education, we have great speakers, great organizations, and networking. Okay, and that's what we've been about since the very beginning, and that is not altered. The thing that I wanted to share with you is kind of hot off the press is, listen, there's 2 major parties today, right? There's the stupid party and the destructive party. We're members of the stupid party, right? Okay. I have my issues with the Republican Party. That's why I identify as a conservative. Anyone else identify as a conservative? Yeah. Okay. Nonetheless, we have 2 big choices: RNC or DNC. Does everyone know what the RNC is? Republican National Committee out of Washington, D.C. They found out about us. They contacted us. Bruce and I had a conference call with them a few weeks ago at midnight Eastern Time. And they are beyond excited about the Jewish Republican Alliance. We had another conference call with them last night, and we were pretty blown away. For the first time in RNC history, they actually have a Jewish outreach program, a Jewish outreach chair. It's never been done in RNC history. We were on the phone with that guy. His name is Michael. And he told us in no uncertain terms, across the country, nobody is doing Jewish grassroots outreach. He said there's hundreds of Republican groups, there's so many Jewish groups. He says, guys, there's no one doing what you're doing. We want to help you roll this out nationwide. So we're kind of looking at each other saying, oh my. This isn't about Bruce and me and Stephanie and Judy. It's about you guys. You guys have stepped up. You've taken time out of your busy day to be here because you deeply love America and Israel, correct? Right. So it's not so much what we've done, it's what you're doing by being a part of a bigger movement. This is a really big deal. They've actually mapped out battleground states they want us to go to. It's very intriguing that they, for the first time in RNC history, they're actually doing Jewish outreach. And so that's what we were on the phone with last night. And then Wednesday, we were on a nationwide conference call with Washington, D.C. with the RNC. And it was pretty energizing to hear the different groups that are involved. Outreach for Latinos, outreach for urban, outreach for Black, Hispanic, you name it. It's incredible. Our side is mobilizing. And they have made it clear their goal is to make sure we are victorious, not we. Our side is victorious in 2020. They're very serious about this. Because on a daily basis, when you see the news, could you either laugh or cry or both? Right? So we have to fight. Now, one thing is clear. We aren't going to fight like they do. We aren't going to resort to violence, and we aren't going to resort to name calling. But the other extreme is losing with class and dignity like a gentleman. We've had a few of those. We don't want that either. So there's something in the middle, which is fighting for what you cherish, what you believe in, with your words, with your ideas, with your actions. You know, if you think about the Jewish Republican Alliance, unite and energize conservatives to take action on behalf of America and Israel. It's great that you're here, but what are you doing in between the meetings? What are you doing to get involved? So when you talk, how many of you, besides me, have people in your life that vote Democrat? Yeah, everyone here, right? So if you choose to engage with them, and I know it's a big if, don't resort to that side's tactics, which is the name calling and the marginal, you don't have a vote, you don't matter because you're obviously a hater or whatever they call you. So you have to fight with ideas. And so I made a list of what I call today's Dem Party. Today's Dem Party. A lot of Democrats still vote for FDR. He's not around anymore. So today's Democratic Party, and by the way, this is not the fringes. You can say, oh, there's wackos on both sides. We're talking about presidential frontrunners. We're talking about elected officials. This is today's Dem Party. Abolish ICE, open borders, sanctuary cities, infanticide. We're not talking about abortion, we're talking about infanticide. 70% tax rate, outlying airplanes, free money to those unable or unwilling to work. They are against moving the embassy. How many elected Democrats went to Jerusalem to celebrate the move of the embassy? Add it all up, it comes to 0. Okay? Medicare for all. Religious bigotry in the litmus test. Have you seen that now? Are you or have you ever been a Catholic? Okay? So now that's happening. Reparations. 2 of the leading frontrunners for the presidential party, for the presidential office of the Democratic Party, now have gone on record they want reparations. So a farmer in the Midwest is supposed to pay money to Oprah Winfrey, I guess, because she's got black heritage, I don't know. Violence and or harassment against conservatives. Today's Democratic Party, pro-BDS, boycott, divest, and sanction. Today's Democratic Party trying to abolish male-female distinctions. Slowly but surely embracing socialism. Fake news. Fake news not only by what they report, but what else, but they fail to report. Abolishing the Electoral College.